Well, it's official. Nikki Haley is out of the closet as a full-blown Democrat.
Let's get ready to rumble! You can't handle the truth. Somebody on the top of the line!
Hi, this is Pastor Marty. Welcome to the Afternoon Drive. This is the place that you come to hear my rants, my ravings, my undeniably flawless reasonings. Please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Once you are, smack the bell so that you never miss one of my rants. And then please like and share this video. That's how we get the word out that we're here, because there's absolutely, positively nothing else like me anywhere else on YouTube. That's not bragging. That's an undeniable, verifiable statement of fact. Welcome to the Afternoon Drive. Nikki Haley gave a victory speech last night despite getting beaten, and beaten decisively. Now, I know some people can say, well, it was only like a 10 or 11 point spread between her and Donald Trump. I mean, it really is close. She got a chance. I know this has been explained to you ad nauseum. Please forgive me. I'm going to go over this one more time. Was in a state that has an open primary where any unregistered person can register within 24 hours. Democrats, independents can go vote in the Republican primary. In fact, the New York Times is reporting today that 51% of the people who voted in the Republican primary in New Hampshire were not Republicans. They were Democrats. Now, some people would say, but look, she's reaching out to disenfranchised Democrats and independents and drawing them into the party. No, she's not. These are votes, some against Donald Trump. Others, these are just simply Democrats who, Biden kind of is not playing in New Hampshire. He's already going to be the party's nominee, even though he did win by the write-in ballot. He didn't have his name on the ballot there. Democrats, there was really no motivation for them to go and vote for Biden. So messing in the GOP election, sure, why not? Hey, yeah. We'll take Nikki Haley, but again, they have no intention of actually voting for her in the general election. Some of them. Now, there are some, this is the way, and Vivek exposed this 2 months ago. This is how the deep state wants to get rid of dimensional Joe Biden, that they know he really is not only not up to the job, but something's going to happen to him while he's in office at his age, and they don't want Camilla thinks she's a Hottie Harris. They don't want her, but they can't just eliminate her. She is a woman of color. So what do? They're going through the back door here, and you're going to see Democrats now get involved as Republicans to take over the Republican Party through Nikki Haley. Now, everybody knows she doesn't have an actual path to victory, but one of her super PACs put out today that they do have a path to victory, and they were calling on, and this is the ad campaign they've got now, they're calling on South Carolina Democrats to come vote for Nikki. Nikki is going to be perfectly willing to not only take those Democratic voters, but to represent, and don't miss this, the Democrat platform. This is how they get rid of Joe Biden and Donald Trump and still keep what they want. Somebody who is in bed, and she literally is in bed with men not married to her, but also the military-industrial complex and the globalist agenda. There's a couple quasi-moderated type of conservative social positions she might take, but overall, She's going to give in to the woke agenda. She will give them what they want. Just a better looking, younger version of Hillary Rodham Clinton. That's what this is. And Nikki is completely fine with it. And the reason she's still running, not because I'm a fighter, I can do this, and all that hogwash she said in her speech. No, it's because the donor class is funding it. And sometimes you wonder why do they keep throwing good money after bad? They really believe now the game plan moving forward is to bring Democrats over to Nikki and to take over the party, because this is how they get rid of Obama Biden. It's interesting to note, though, when the media right now is trying to present this as she's made this incredible comeback and look what she's done. Actually, the comeback story in all this is Donald J. Trump. Here's a guy that, 2020, everybody thought that's it. He's done. He is down for the count, that he's just going to be bitter and mumbling to himself about, a stolen election and that'll be it. And then, he announces that he's running, and nobody really seemed to pay any attention till the FBI kicked the doors in of Mar-a-Lago and all those indictments were brought down on top of his head. And the political experts, the political class in both parties thought that this guy doesn't have a shot. This is why they were able to talk Ron DeSantis into running. It's why Nikki Haley, got all hot and bothered and had, premature orgasm that she was going to be able to, become the Republican nominee. And Chris Christie, waddled in out of retirement and thought, why not? I'll give it a shot. And a few others. The turning point, and I really believe this, the turning point was not just all of the indictments and that all of that media attention actually gave Donald Trump life and oxygen, because he does thrive on that. But the turning point was the chemical spill in Ohio. Joe Biden wouldn't go. It took weeks to get Pete Buttigieg there. Donald Trump went. He met with the people in the town. He bought lunch for everybody at a McDonald's in town. He took pizza and food to all of the first responders. He was boots on the ground. And then the other turning point for him was in a town hall on CNN, when the liberal CNN town hall host, who claims to be a Republican, although, because she was also in conservative media at one point. You ever notice her mouth? She does strange things with her mouth when she talks. And she kept interrupting Trump, and that aggravated everybody. Even Democrats were like, why doesn't she shut up and let the man answer a question? But when she kept pressing him on, do you want Russia to win the conflict against Ukraine? Do you want Russia to win the conflict against Ukraine? And Donald Trump said, I want people to stop dying. That's what I want. I want people to stop dying. Boom. Even liberals I know were like, that's the answer. That's the answer that every candidate ought to be saying right now. So those were turning points for Trump, and he is the comeback kid in all this, because in reality, with the indictments against him and everything that has happened up to this point, he shouldn't even be competitive, and yet he is rock and rolling and running away with this thing. Nikki Haley, on the other hand, in 2023, spent $31 million in advertising in New Hampshire. In 2024, and we haven't been in 2024 all that long, 24 days? She has spent $12 million in advertising. So between 2023 and 2024, she spent $43 million on advertising in New Hampshire and still lost. 51% of the people who cast ballots in the Republican primary of New Hampshire were not Republican. And she still lost. She gets killed when it's Republican only. I mean, just decimated, destroyed. She says that her path to victory is through her wonderful home state of South Carolina, that she claims was racially prejudiced against her through her entire childhood, and then she was picked on every day for being a brown girl. Donald Trump has a 30-plus point lead there. 30 points in her home state, which is why they're begging Democrats to come support her. Donald Trump last night won over 75% of the Republican votes in New Hampshire. Oh, and he set an all-time record for either political party of votes received by a candidate in New Hampshire. The people that are cheering at the Haley meetings and, yelling out, Trump's a loser, when she talks about Donald Trump lost 2018, lost the House, lost the Senate, 2020, 2022. Donald Trump didn't lose those. Bitch McConnell made sure, especially in 2022, that no Trump-endorsed candidates were going to receive any money and win anything. He didn't want MAGA people there to help Donald Trump return to the White House. And that happened in 2020 as well. Mitch McConnell and slimy little dirtbags like Paul Ryan behind the scenes, along with people like Nikki Haley, worked behind the scenes with Mitt Romney and others to kill their own party's elections because they didn't want any senators or congresspeople there who felt a loyalty or beholding to Donald J. Trump. They were willing to sacrifice their party to allow Obama Biden to gain even more reinforcements and help, because in their delusional world, this is how we get rid of Trump and Trumpism, and you MAGA people in our party, you conservatives in our party that want to tell us elites what to do. Donald Trump didn't lose 2018, 2020, 22. The rhinos did that. And Nikki Haley is I used to call her, a rhino, and a rhino is a Democrat dressed in Republican drag. No. She's trans. She's trans. She has sold her soul. She is a sellout to the military-industrial complex. She is a sellout to the swamp, the establishment, and she is a full-blown trans Democrat now. She is vile. Just a vile, vile individual. Have you noticed how much Rand Paul and Vivek Ramaswamy don't like Nikki Haley? I mean, they don't like her at all. And now Tucker Carlson is going to come out hot and heavy anti-Nikki. So, what needs to happen going forth? Come on, South Carolina. Make sure Nikki and her donors understand crystal clear they cannot buy their way, no matter how many paid people they pack into a room to cheer for Nikki. That doesn't translate into votes and wins. Nikki cannot have a path, and she doesn't. This is Nikki Haley outing herself as the Democrat that she is.